to the Allbrands Show. Barbara here again from allbrands.com, a family-owned and operated business since 1976. And guess what? We love you so much. And it's almost Valentine's Day. Can you believe it? We have so many giveaways for this video. I'll try to keep it brief, but one of the giveaways that we have is for everyone because we love, 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 and appreciate you so, so much. So in the link in this video, there is a download where you can register to download a design that's so fun and tell me what you think and what you would do with it. So here it is. I just stitched it out on my Brother Luminaire, and it's like the little candies for just in time for Valentine's Day. So we have cute as a button, and I made this one into a patch. You can do so many things with that, like maybe a child's bow or a gift wrap, or just tell me what you think you would do with that. And we also have so much love, so into you, and you'll do. So this one's for my projects that I've done recently. They'll do. So take advantage of that, please. That link is down in the description below this video, and I hope that helps you spread some love on Valentine's Day, which is on Sunday. Can you believe it? Oh my goodness. And isn't it funny, guys? Today is 2/1/1/21. I just realized that today. I can't wait for 2/2/1/21. So let's just say hey to a few folks, and then I'll let you know what our other giveaways are for this video. Oh my gosh. Karen Foster from Ponchatoula, Louisiana. Thank you for watching. It's so great to see everyone. And Maryland, hearts to you. Snowy Pittsburgh. And let's see, Karen Honey. Oh my gosh, I love your name and I love your flower. And I like love heart sweets too. These you can't eat, but it's diet hearts. So they're diet friendly and fun. So we have a few other giveaways. We have we love Lewis Carney. He's wonderful. So in this video, we're going to be doing a live giveaway at the end of the video for a $100 allbrands.com e-gift card. So to be eligible for that, just like, comment, and share or subscribe if you're on YouTube. And I will announce the winner at the end of the video today. And guess what? You can also like, comment, share, or subscribe, and we'll announce another winner for a $100 allbrands.com e-gift card on Tuesday of next week. So that will be on February 16th. So good luck there. And we also have another giveaway for Valentine's Day. So in the link below, and if y'all could bring up the screen for that, the Valentine's Day machine, we are giving away a Brother RXL 3817 sewing machine. So wouldn't that be a great Valentine's Day gift for yourself or someone else? So to register for that, there is a link in the comments section below. So good luck there. Yeah, so take advantage and good luck. And it's because we love you so much. And we're so excited. We surpassed 14,000 followers on Facebook. Let's get there on YouTube. Give us some subscribes and definitely give us some shout outs on our reviews on Facebook as well. We really, really appreciate you watching. And we hope that you enjoy this presentation with Lewis Carney. And Lewis, give us a thumbs up if you're ready. I don't think he's ready just yet. I haven't gotten a thumbs up yet. So, I got a thumbs up. All right, so we'll bring in Lewis Carney. He is in Atlanta now, so he's skipping all of that snow and cold weather in New York. So if we could just bring Lewis Carney in, that would be awesome. Hi, Lewis. How are you? Oh, we can't hear you yet. Lewis has a brand new setup, everybody. I don't know if you remember the last video that we did, but
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you. Brother
You can
said
hear me?
it was all new equipment so that he can show us even better the amazing products that you have. So yeah.
So can everyone see me? Can you hear me? I'm here. Hi.
Hi.
Okay, and I'm gonna need to blow up my screen, I guess, so I can kind of see everything that we have going on. There we are.
How's the
And
weather
am
for
I
you
hearing?
today?
It's rainy today, so it's a little yucky and rainy, but it's not cold, thankfully, not cold.
I
So
don't think,
not bad.
yeah, crafters don't mind the weather so much because we're in
Nah,
our
it's
studios
great. Get to
anyway.
stay inside and play and have fun and learn some new things, which hopefully I'm going to be sharing with you guys today. Um, this will be probably one of our few last times working on this topic, so I hope everyone's listening, paying attention, because we've been doing this for a minute now, and we're going to move on to something new after this. But since I'm the bling king, as they say, I thought I would share with you today, again, working with our ScanNCut, how we can use our Rhinestone kit and do custom creations and use our ScanNCut canvas workspace so that we are able to create what we want, and how to do layering is what I want to talk about today, which is how you can do multicolor crystal embroidery, crystal designs and patterns. So I wanted to kind of share that with you guys today. But I'll start out with my
Lewis.
jacket. So I'll start out wearing, of course. So you guys see my jacket and my embroidery and my crystals and my
Oh,
blazer. So this is
I
my jacket today. And we're all family, so I'm going to get informal. These are my trousers. So, oh, I got to move the camera to do that, huh? Thought it was down low enough so I wouldn't have to do that. But we'll go down a little lower, and I'll do that one more time. Hike up my leg there. So
oh,
those are pants.
you might have to be a little bit higher with your leg for us to see. I just
Ours.
see, I see your arm though. It's
Oh,
gorgeous.
because we're on the wrong camera. That's why I'm looking at one camera and it's got the wrong camera on. So we'll go to the right camera. Sorry, guys.
Oh, here
Better.
we go.
So I'm looking. I had the wrong camera turned on. Again, working with new equipment, guys. Thanks for your patience. And we'll go back to our trousers so you guys can see the pants that go with the blazer. And so this is how our pants and our blazer look.
It's
And
gorgeous.
oh, okay. I thought I lost you. I said, oh, I can't hear you,
Oh
Barbara.
no. Hey, Lewis, did you have that design like available that maybe we can?
This one is one that I did create myself. It is an embroidery. It's an embroidery design with crystal pattern. So this is silver metallic thread, both on the pant leg and the sleeves and the back of the jacket. And I used the Brother metallic thread, so it works wonderful in your Brother machines. I use a top stitch needle, so that's the needle I use when I do the metallic threads for me not to have an issue or problem with it. So I use Brother Metallic embroidery threads, a top stitch needle, and then just either a tearaway stabilizer or a tearaway adhesive, depending on what I'm working on. And I don't have any problems. So definitely contact Barbara and the girls and everybody at Allbrands because they can get all of those things for you. They have the metallic threads available. They have the top stitch needles. I use a size 90 or 100 depending on the weight of the fabric. So those are the things that I find to have greatest success. You also want to make sure that when you're using metallic threads that way, the thread should go on your machine on your vertical pins, okay? They go on the top and they stand up. It doesn't matter if it's a cone shape or if both ends of the cap match. You want the threads to stand for greater success. And I use that metallic thread and those crystals. And I'm going to grab some samples and
So,
I'm trying.
Lewis, you embroidered that design on your embroidery machine, but are
Yes,
you
that
saying
was
that?
done on the embroidery machine.
Got it. But we are going to talk about the ScanNCut today, so don't worry, everybody.
You embroider first, and then you do your crystal pattern over it on the ScanNCut. And I'm sorry, I'm just getting comfortable with my wires. As Barbara told you guys, I got a lot of new equipment here, and I'm not used to so many wires. So I'm trying not to break my neck. So be patient, guys. But for those of you that have joined us before, and for those of you who have seen before, we're going to ask you to be patient because we have new people. So we'd like to, share maybe some things that you've seen before, but also to give the new people an opportunity to see some of that. But, again, talking about Valentine's Day and maybe your sweetie is a man. Men can wear embroidery and they can do crystals. This is just a dress shirt that I've taken and I've zhuzhed it up with, again, metallic thread, silver metallic thread. And then I've also done a crystal template. These are Hotfix crystals, and we're going to talk about that to show you how we use those. And then embroidered in silver metallic along the back, and then using the crystals to add a little extra zing to the bling. So, you always need a little extra, right? With crystals, you can never have too much. It's like over the top. It's always good with crystals. And then this is a similar metallic, silver metallic again, but completely new embroidery. And then this time the crystals have simply been placed in the centers so that it's much more at the top and the bottom. And then all of the silver metallic embroidery. But what a great gift idea for your hubby, your man, your boyfriend, your brother, your father, your loved one for Valentine's Day. Make them a really nice shirt. Maybe you're going to, do a romantic dinner. And you can still dress up at home. I know we're all quarantined and so tired of it, but we still have to live life and enjoy ourselves. So you still got to eat. So maybe you order or cook a nice romantic dinner, and you can still get dressed up. And this is one way of dressing up your guy is to use the metallic threads and then to be very creative. Now this has the Hotfix glitter vinyl, which we're going to use because today we're going to actually use glitter vinyl in combination with Hotfix crystals. And the pattern that we're going to work on, I don't know if Barbara, did you tell them?
No, I didn't tell him yet. But before we release that fun little tidbit of information, I do have a few questions from the audience.
Yes.
They're loving the designs. They're asking, are they built in or purchased?
Oh, Lewis either uses built in or Lewis does it himself. Lewis does not purchase. So
because you can make all of those in my design center when you have the Rhinestone Starter Kit.
Exactly. And see, 90% of what I do is using the built-in designs. For example, I believe the first shirt I showed you, that's a built-in design in the gray. This is a built-in design. Now that's using the border feature to replicate the design, the number of patterns, and then to replicate it vertically and horizontally. And then also, iBroidery. So if you go to our website for iBroidery to purchase designs, that's where some of the other designs have come from also. So you can get their designs there. But because of some of our machines in our embroidery area, those have a feature on them that do auto digitizing. So we're able to simply take a picture or a graphic or a design and put it in a machine and it'll turn it into an embroidery for you. I won't get off into that part right now, but if you have questions about that, Barbara and her whole team will be happy to talk to you about, because there's several machines in our line that do that. And they'll be happy to talk to you about those machines that can do all that kind of cool stuff.
Yeah. So, Lewis, I want to make sure that I don't miss anyone's questions. So, Cheryl asked that She says, I love metallic thread, but she doesn't have much success with it. We have the King Star Metallic linked in the description of this video below, and that is great. But I wanted to just kind of give them a preview of what we're going to be talking about today with the 2 ScanNCuts and the Rhinestone kit. If we could bring up the slides for that, just so that we can kind of put that started.
Let's see what we have.
Yeah. So the Brother SDX 225F is the ScanNCut that Lewis is going to be using today. That's his ScanNCut, and it's only $5.99.
Wow.
The suggested retail is $1,000. So, and you can also.
OMG.
I know, honey.
That is
You
fabulous.
can
I
finance that.
might have to have you put me one of those up at that price. Oh my goodness. That's fabulous.
Yeah. So the one that I have is the SDX 230D machine, and we'll bring up that slide. And that one is actually the Disney version, and we have plenty of these in stock. These are the previous model. It has all the capabilities of the new DX, but this one is a very special price at $799.99. That's our closeout price on this amazing ScanNCut 230D, and that one has Disney on it. So I love that one. Take advantage of that, and with the financing. And Lewis is going to be telling us all about the Brother Hotfix Rhinestone Starter Kit. So this gives you the supplies that you need to get started to do rhinestone designs, and it gives you the unlock code that you can create your own rhinestones designs in Canvas Workspace. So, and it's only $59.99. Phenomenal.
That is an amazing price.
Yeah. It's a great program to have. So that's the 3 main items we're going to be talking about today, but everything else is linked in the description below. So Lewis,
Well, the Rhinestone kit also, just so that everyone is aware, there's one kit. It works with all of our models. So you don't have to buy a new kit if you have a new model. There's one kit that works with every model, so from our previous models up until our current models. So just so you're aware, and the Rhinestone kit does give your ScanNCut Canvas workspace the ability to create those templates. And when we talk about a template, the reason you want to be able to do this, you guys, you've seen in the craft stores, the big box retailers, some of the bride, mother of the bride, all of those kind of iron-on transfers. Well, you create those yourself now with the Rhinestone kit. That's just putting it in simplistic terms. You have the ability to make them much more intricate, but you have a template that's created, so you get to use it over and over again. You don't just buy one little iron-on transfer and possibly in a color you don't really want, but you'll take it. This gives you the capability to make the template and use whatever color crystals you want to in them. So when we make a template, you end up with these little holes. And this is cut out of a special flocking material and placed onto this hardboard. And then the crystals will go into the holes automatically in the right direction. They are a Hotfix iron-on crystal. And when they go there, we use a transfer film to lift it up and create a template, our iron-on template. And I'm going to go through that whole entire process with you guys today, show you how it does it and how easy it is. But it's really, really very simple, very easy. You can use it on anything that you can heat. Now, this is a Lewis thing, so I'm taking Brother out of the equation. I'm going to tell you a little creative tip that I've used personally. I have done this, and that is to iron on the crystals on a glass vase. So I don't have the vase to show you right now. Unfortunately, it dropped and it broke. So,
oh no.
Yes, while I'm running around trying to set up and get everything going here, which is one of the reasons I was behind, is I tripped over one of my lovely cords. And everything, all the house of cards tumbled down, including the vase. So you can't see it, and I'm just going to tell you anyway. There's a stack of little shattered glass over on the side that I have to sweep up when we get done. But, so be careful. You guys probably don't have as many cords around that I do to trip over. but I'll give you the tip on how to make it work on a 3D surface. So we are talking about a square glass vase. So just imagine something that's not flat like fabric or paper. I'll grab this bowl, for example. So in this bowl, if I wanted to put crystals on here, on this part right here, that's lotion here. So if I wanted to put crystals on something like this, you're like, well, how would you iron that? How do you get that in your iron? How do you get that done? Well, again, Lewis has done this. This is not necessarily recommended or tried by brother. I'm telling you what I have done, and I made it work. So you can try it. It won't doesn't damage your machine or anything because you still cut your normal template. You still create the iron-on transfer the same exact way. You want to take your glass dish, and it needs to be glass, and you put hot water in it. You're going to put this in the microwave and get it hot. Once
Oh.
it's hot, take that out, dump out the water, and while it's still hot, you put the template onto the glass and then let it kind of cool it slightly and peel the film away, and you'll have your crystal design all over your 3D glass project. I thought that was kind of a neat thing.
I
Who
do
would
too. Lewis. Oh my gosh, that's so inventive.
have weird stuff? I know it's like everyone always thought when I showed that people say, how did you iron the vase? So no, you don't iron it. You don't want to put that in a heat press or an iron it. You do hot water. Let it get hot. You put the water in and microwave it till it's nice and hot, and that heat will make the crystals stay. And they stay on there. I mean, you don't put that in the dishwasher, obviously, once you've done it. You're going to hand wash it, but it's again a more of a decorative piece. So it's going to get washed out often. I mean, you dust it off, keep it clean, but you don't really have to worry about washing it.
So I got two suggestions. Barbara Jones says, "Please tell me that you used oven mitts," and
I'm
then,
a boy. Do we use oven mitts? Are you kidding me? I
and
just saw my hand.
Anne says that rugs over cord work great, like if to put a rug over a cord. She
Yes,
doesn't
rugs
know
over
about the
cords do.
lapel mic
Rugs
situation. Maybe.
do go great over cord. She does hasn't maybe seen a studio set before. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 20 different cords in 30 places around here. All of this lighting, all of this camera. I'm looking at a monitor showing me exactly what you guys are seeing. I have 2 camcorders. I have a lot of cords going, but
Oh,
that does work really well. I have rugs over the other cords, but so we're going to go on and talk about some other things because in case you do want to use your crystals for say quilting, you want to do some quilting things. Again, some of these you may have seen before, guys. So if you have, but here's a uh, pattern, that a little wall hanging quilt that's been quilted, but then the crystal template was created to go around the outside of the hearts and then to go inside in particular places on the quilting in the template. So this is how you can create make something. This would be a little boring without the crystals, honestly, to me. That gives it a little zazz, a little zing. And the same thing here. We have another little wall hanging that I've done, and this has more with some crystals in it. That's got some little bling, as you can see, that gives it just enough, just a little hint. But those little hints of that bling help to bring out your project. So seeing the flowers and the appliques, there's crystals that again were cut in a template pattern using my ScanNCut, and I use the Canvas Workspace software to create those. Because when you get your Rhinestone kit, it talks through your Canvas Workspace. It is a add-on that is a premium add-on. So it's everything done in crystals has to be done in Workspace. It doesn't make the machine do anything different. It just tells the machine that it can do certain things with a particular pattern or design. So it doesn't change your machine. So that's the one thing you have to understand when you do use your kit. It's going in your computer or in your activation code will go into your Canvas Workspace account, and it'll open up the ability to use the rhinestone portion of that. And this again, here's another little wall hanging quilt, but here we have crystals that we've added to this wall hanging. And this is just done with the circular one, but we did it in a fill pattern to match or coordinate with the circle appliques to just give it a little extra oomph in places, you know. And that just makes things kind of get a little more pizzazz, to make them a little more special, and to just give it a little more interest. But we're going to talk about all of that today. And folks say you don't really need quilts, but again, Valentine's Day is coming up. So uh, this is again a great thing you could do for yourself or for your guy. So you know my pants I have on that I showed you, and I have more. So let's look and see real quick. So these trousers, we'll pull these off real quick and I'll hang them back later. These trousers. So this is this is a different pattern. So if you notice this pattern, this is again metallic thread. Now see, this is the pants that actually go with this jacket. That's the pattern that matches it. And then there's your pattern. That's one, but again, adding interest to something plain. And then also this is a pair of black just jeans. These are just jeans, but what a great way to add. And this is embroidered in black. So there's black embroidery, that's embroidered thread, but then the crystals just give it a subtle. So, you know, everything doesn't have to be showy. So this is much more of a subtle look to use it with the black rayon or your black embroidery thread, and then use the crystals to enhance something and make it get a little more interest. And then these jeans, I just want it to be kind of fun. So one leg has embroidery with crystals, and one leg is just crystals. So again, just a pair of denim, just a pair of cheap. What a great way to take a pair of cheap jeans and make them into a $300 pair of jeans. So this design, and this is silver metallic thread, and then it has the crystals, and then on the other leg, it's just only the crystals. So again, just to make something have a little more interest and a little more oomph. But that is a fun way to be able to add or embellish in your garments, your home decorating, your quilting. The rhinestone kit and your crystal templates give you so much more that you can do and just take things to the next level. So I think we should get started. Unless do we have any questions, Barbara, that we need to address real quick before we move on?
Just, we have a lot of people that are saying that that's gorgeous. They love the effect. So if some folks have the rhinestone trial kit that came with the DX model, that allows you to have some rhinestone designs, and it gives you the like a set to perform those. But if you want to create your own designs, then you have to purchase the rhinestone kit, the full kit, that's $59.99, and then activate it in Canvas Workspace and then make your own designs. Is that correct,
Yes,
Julie?
yes, that is correct. So that's a little teaser for you guys that got that model. So you
Yeah.
could try
There's
it.
some
Try it
cute
before you
Disney
buy
ones
it.
in there. I love
It's
the
nice
Mickey Mouse.
because you get to try before you buy it, and it has Disney. So you get Disney crystal templates in there. So it's really fun and it's great, you know, in case you got people that love Disney, you love Disney. It's really fun and really easy, but it's a little teaser, so it does not have you can only use those built-in ones that it lets you use. For you to create your own, that's when you want to have the kit so that it will allow you to be able to create your own. And with the kit, you get over 100 designs. So you have other crystal templates already ready to go. All you have to do is tell it to go to your ScanNCut, and it'll cut them, and it's ready to go. You don't even have to do anything with them.
Yeah. So how washable are the rhinestones
Oh,
after
these
you're set?
jeans and things that I showed you, those I wash. I throw them in I don't. Very few of my garments do I dry. You know, run around sweats. Your which is our everyday clothes anymore now, right? In this pandemic. Those, of course, go in the dryer, but everything else I hang to dry. So I put it in the washing machine. I'm a boy. I'm not sitting up in hand washing it and no, I put it in the washing machine. Once it's in the washing machine, I pull it out, let it hang to dry. It comes out gorgeous.
Yeah.
They, they're just these, these are have an adhesive glue on the back of them. Just like anything else that you buy in the store, one can fall off. So maybe I should hand wash them. But I'm lazy. I'm not doing that. That's too much work. I would rather just put a crystal back in its place after I washed it in the machine. So you can replace them, and you can replace them one by one if you have to. But there's, these crystals are made 10,000 crystals a minute when they get the Hotfix glue on them. So they're made very fast. So you're going to even have some crystals that maybe or do or don't have the glue all the way on them. So that just happens in a manufacturing process. They're cheap. Throw it away. Put another one on. Don't drive yourself crazy over something that's going to cost you less than a penny. It costs less than a penny per crystal on these things, guys. Throw it away.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. But also, you can lose one or two in the wash. But I mean, I throw them in the wash and they stay. So you want to make sure they're adhered really well. And when we get to that part, I'll talk more about how you make sure that happens.
That's
But
great. I do have one question that I wanted to make sure that we didn't miss. Josie Sews asked, is $59.99 a lifetime for the Rhinestone Starter Kit?
once you buy the Rhinestone kit, you own the kit. It is connected to your Canvas workspace. It's not
Lifetime. Yeah.
your Canvas workspace is connected to your machine. So if you ever upgrade your machine, you upgrade the machine in the workspace if you want it to talk wirelessly. But the Rhinestone Premium Pack is a part of your account. So that is, once you got it, is yours for forever.
And you can make any rhinestone design that you can dream up in the Canvas workspace.
And now, one of the things, and I won't get too deep into this, but I'll mention it. You guys got to talk to Barbara and the staff about this. They can help you with that in the stores. Is that if you have embroidery designs, so like my embroidery designs with the crystals, that I do in combination of a BES4 software that we sell. We also have a BES4 software and Canvas workspace. So there's a combination of the two. So please make sure email the girls or email the store. They'll be happy to help you with that and tell you further about how that works together. But Canvas Workspace with the Rhinestone kit allows me to go from graphics. I can do lettering. It even comes with alphabet cut out already for you to use. So it's ready to go. So with that, are we ready to start with our?
Are you ready?
You guys ready? You want to see how we do all this cool
I
stuff?
would love to. How
Okay.
about you guys?
Well, I think what we will do is start out by going into our look at our machine real quick. So let's see if we switch cameras and we go over to our machine. As you can see, it's just set up as normal. On the mat that I'm going to use to cut, I've already put my flocky material, and you'll notice that I have my protective film over my mat. Anytime you put something on your mat, if you're not using your mat, make sure to put your protective film over it. Dust is one of the most harmful elements to the adhesive on the mat. So this is the flocking material, and it's adhesive, so it's sticky. So I have peeled the paper away, and I've stuck it to my mat, and then I've already cut one here. I buy extra mats. I think you guys should get extra mats. It is so easy and so inexpensive, I mean, to be able to have extra ones. I don't peel this off when I need to cut something else. I put my film over this. This mat just goes over to the side now. I don't try to remove this or cut things to size. It's like so much of a hassle and a headache for something so inexpensive. It's not worth it to me. I would rather just keep this on this, and anytime I need it, it's set, it's ready to go, and I just tell it where I need it to cut my templates out. So this always stays on this mat. And when I finish a sheet up, then I put a whole new sheet on, and it just always stays on there. So that's your film. That is your transfer flocking material. Again, you also get the hardboard and the transfer film. So hardboard is what we call the kind of stiff material used to turn the template fabric into a hard template. So you have hardboard, and as you can see, that's been cut already because I already did that one to go with mine. And same thing with the film. It comes in a 12 by 12 sheets, and this film, it has a backing. So when you pull it back, this is sticky. This is what the crystals will stick to when we put it down onto the template and lift it up. This is what they will stick to. And this is also a great way to make gifts. So like again, Valentine's are coming up. Say you have the grandkids over, you want to do a project or whatever for mom and dad or for the family, you can put and make templates and just use them later. You don't have to use them right away. So you can take them like this, for example. This is vinyl, but it will be the same for the crystals. So this is a little glitter vinyl heart. It's on the film. You just put it back on the white backing, and then you could use this later. You could put it in a stocking stuffer. You could put it in a little Valentine's gift bag. There's so much stuff. You don't have to do it right, use it right away. Or if you like to do all your cutting at one time, all your ironing at one time, then this is a way to get them and stack them back, and then you could pull them all and do all of your pressing at one time instead of stop and press and stop and press. Just depends on your method and what makes it comfortable for you. But this is how you would see it in a store with a hang tag and $4.95. I mean, that's a tenth of what it cost you to buy the kit. You paid for one. Now you would have a permanent one for not even for just a fraction of what that would cost to be able to have the number that you would get. You also have tools that you need. The tools, and there's tool kits, and then there are tools that come with it. So your tool kit will have all kinds of neat other tools to use to help you with. Now this is a brayer, and a brayer is great for rolling on your mats to keep stuff stuck down good, especially when our mats get older and they're not as quite as adhesive. So you would have a brayer that I recommend, but you also have the little spatula and the little pick. And then these come as a set. But this is going to help you to pick up your design, but also when you want to clean up your mat or anything like that. So here's my excess on this one. And so what I would do to get, rid of this is I'm just going to use my spatula and get it all off of there. And how easy is that to get rid of? So these are great tools. They come in very handy. And there are some tools that come in the Rhinestone Starter Kit. Not starter kit, your kit. Barbara, can you pop that ad up again that has what comes in the kit? Are we able to see that real quick?
Oh, yeah. So it actually includes 100 rhinestone patterns already in the box, but you can create unlimited after that in the workspace, a canvas workspace. It comes with 4 different colors of Hotfix rhinestones, along with the template materials, a pickup tool, and a brush. So that comes also with the flocking and the transfer is the template materials, and it has the activation code that you register for the unlock in Canvas Workspace, and it works on any Brother ScanNCut.
Wonderful. Well, see, so this is the brush that we're talking about. So this is a special brush that allows for you to brush your crystals. So when your crystals are in and you got to brush them into the template, this helps to feed them into those holes the correct way. So I just have mine in a little jewelry tray that you can get, at any craft store is what I use to do the crystals in. I'm going to set that over to the side for right now. But you have your tools, which make everything nice and smooth. And we also are going to use your standard auto blade for that. So that's going to be your black knife. And we're going to pop in our outer blade first. So we'll get that popped in so that I don't forget to do it later when it comes time to use it. So we'll go ahead and do that now. And as you can see, my ScanNCut is just on its regular home screen. I'm going to start out and do a little pattern design, but for Valentine's Day, I thought it would be kind of fun to make a Valentine's Day tote. And in the tote, we're going to put our little teddy bear, a bottle of champagne or wine or apple cider, whatever you like, and some candles, and make a lovely little Valentine's tote to put it all in as a gift. So these are the patterns that we're going to use and do today. And this has a combination of crystals with glitter vinyl and then crystals on the outside again. But the same way this has the vinyl in the middle, this could be a second color of crystals. So how do you get something like, say if this were a rose or a flower and it had a yellow and a yellow and a yellow and a yellow, you have 4 different golds or yellows. How do you tell it that you want to cut different ones? So it's the same process that you use for this. And that's done by using separate templates. So you cut separate templates in order to be able to have a template for each colorway.
That is super cute.
Isn't that adorable? I thought it was fun. But see, this is the one thing, and you guys will notice with my vinyl, whoever knows me, this is the relief. So when it cut this heart out.
Can you zoom in on that or put that up really close so that we can see?
Yes, I can. Oh, going the wrong way.
Oh, look at
this.
Upgraded. Nice.
And so this, when it cut this, this is where it cut it from. So there was the leftover is here. And then the inside heart, that's here. So you don't discard your reliefs. No matter what it is, I don't discard. I don't discard. I don't discard my reliefs because you can find a place to use them. So even the little test circles, I keep the little test circles. So I have my little, when I run and do a test with the ScanNCut, and it has a little circle to test to make sure that it's cut correctly. I don't throw that little circle away. I still have that because I might need a dot somewhere. So you don't waste that. Don't throw those away. So there's my little dot. I have it right here so I could use it again later. So
someone told me one time, Lewis, I said, oh, you can just throw that piece of vinyl away. And they said, not in this house, you can't.
No. That vinyl to crafters is like fabric to quilters. We do not have such thing as a scrap. We don't throw fabrics away. Like, no, I could use that little quarter piece of a yard for something. And so you don't discard those, but that's what those are in there. And then here I have a little Ziploc baggie, but I'll pull them out. These are all the alphabets. So I can spell anyone's name. So I'm going to recommend the first thing that you do when you get your kit is to cut out the entire alphabet. It's already there for you. All you have to do is send it over to your machine and cut it. And I'll pull that up and we'll show you that in a second too. So that's a great practice for you, but it also is already ready to go. Try using some of the patterns and the templates that come in the kit or that are open up with your Canvas workspace initially to get familiar with it. Do not start with your king size gorgeous embroidery.com quilt that you spent 10,000 hours embroidering on it, and now you want to put some crystals on it. Don't start there. You don't want to ruin that when you haven't had the practice. So start small. It's my thing. Start small. So let's go, and I'm going to switch my camera so that I can be back on my computer so I can show you Canvas Workspace and how we create that. So now I'm back with me here, and I'm going to then share. I think this is how we do this. Share screen. And does it ask me to pop up? Sharing screen works best. Okay, we don't need to see the tips. Just share the screen. And
well, everybody give Lewis some love. This is his first time doing this with this new setup, and I am so excited for the future.
I am too. I'm just hoping I'm doing it right. So now it says entire application window. Let's go here, and we're going to pull up our ScanNCut canvas. And why is canvas not showing?
And I love, it's so funny, Lewis, I gotta say,
Mm-hmm.
whenever we do lives, I spend more time trying to set up the camera equipment than I do actually getting the
I
products
know,
ready for
right? I
others.
mean,
But
I'm
they're
telling you,
so
doing the
easy.
presentation.
They're so easy to use, guys. And this Rhinestone Starter Kit is just so cool.
Okay, so let's see canvas. And now we did this before, so I know it works, right? We did it once before. I'm going to close canvas right now, and we'll pop it up again and open it up and start sharing again. Well, while we're getting that going, this worked a few seconds ago, guys. This is what kills you, is that it always works and then it stops. So it's like you're never sick when you go to the doctor, same thing. It's like, okay, why are you not doing what I need you to do? Share the screen, and we need to go here. Can you see that?
No, not yet.
No. Okay.
You'll need to click screen 1 or screen 2 and then the share button or Chrome tab or application window at the
Yeah,
top.
I kind of clicked that. There it is. Okay, finally. Now it's showing me canvas. Share. It didn't show that before. So as you can see, there's been an update to Canvas January 2021. So if you have your notifications turned on, are you guys seeing that?
Yeah, we can see it now.
Oh, okay. I can see me, so that's why I'm like, oh my God, are they seeing the right thing? So it's letting me know what the changes have been and the updates and the upgrades have been in the latest update. So this will pop up, and you could tell it not to show that to you anymore. But I keep mine turned on so that I know that there's an update. Now I have my machine, which is the 225 is Wi-Fi. It's got wireless LAN. Sorry, so the wireless LAN allows it to update and upgrade itself by itself. So upgrade, of course, is something you purchase. An update is something that's free. So if there's an update that's available for the machine, whenever you turn it on, it will ask you, and we're talking about on your ScanNCut, it will ask you, there's an update. Do you want an update? And so you can do an auto update when you have your machine wireless LAN set up to do that. Right now, this is showing me some of the great projects, and I really, really, really hope you guys are coming here and using this. Guys, we spend a lot of money for people to do this. These are free to you. You can use these. There are projects, there are different ideas. There are start to finish, step by step directions, and it tells you how to create the entire project here. This is one, and look at all the stuff for Valentine's Day. I mean, we've already, obviously we have to stay ahead of the game, so we're getting ready
Yeah.
for,
Hey, Lewis,
Passover.
we see the background screen, but I don't see any projects.
Oh, you don't see this?
Yeah, it must
Okay.
just be showing just the thing. But guys, there's amazing tutorials in Canvas Workspace, and it shows you the design. It gives you a tutorial video to show you how to do it, and it gives you the cut files. And then if you have the new DX models, like the 225F SDX models, it allows you to wirelessly transfer the design to your machine after you create it in Canvas Workspace. But if you don't like computers and you have a ScanNCut, you don't need to use Canvas Workspace to create your own designs. But to make your own designs in the Rhinestone kit, you will need to activate Canvas Workspace.
And now Canvas Workspace is a cloud-based program. The really neat thing about Canvas Workspace is you could be, taking your mom to the doctor, or you're going to go get your hair done or whatever, and you're waiting. You got this waiting time. You went and ordered food and you got to wait for it to get ready. You can use it on anything that you can get to the internet on. It does not have to be installed. Now, there is a downloadable version that will go on your PC, on your computer. And so that's the version I'm working. It's the desktop, but the cloud-based version will transfer all of that information and be on your desktop version whenever you get back to your desktop version. So you could be doing this anywhere, which is really neat. And if you're not really computer savvy, this is so easy. This is like, you're going to be like, oh my God, why didn't I ever do this before? Why was I so afraid of using this? It is so simple. I'm going to show you just how easy it is. So I'm going to ask Barbara now, do you guys see what I'm seeing? Do you see the shapes?
Yes.
I'm
Yes,
sorry.
we do. Yes,
Okay,
we
you
do.
can see the shapes. Okay, so you can see what I'm seeing since I don't know what you're seeing. All right, so since you're seeing what I'm seeing, whenever you open up your Canvas workspace, this is probably how it'll open. Now, what I was telling you guys about the projects and stuff like that before, what I had on my screen, there was a pop-up, and it shows you all of your collections and your different patterns that you've worked on and things that you've purchased also. So that was that little window, and that can be turned on or off to come on every time you open Workspace, or you could turn it off so it doesn't do that. But it's kind of nice because it shows you all of that. But I mean, you can get to that at any point simply by coming here to your collections. And so now, do you guys see this?
Still
Or
see
is it
the
not?
background screen.
It's still only the background. It's not
Yeah.
showing this pop up. Okay, so this, I'll turn this one, close this then. But for some reason, these platforms that we use to do these classes on, sometimes they don't like to talk to other pop-ups. So
Hey,
that's what's
Lewis, why
happening.
don't you back out and then try the first option that says your entire screen?
Okay, let's see if that one goes. Let's close that one. And now we'll go back to share, and we'll go share, and
And
we'll
we had
go.
a few questions while you're
Oh,
doing that.
good. Okay. So
Um,
go ahead, guys.
so
I'll be
Karen
happy.
asked if she has a baby lock, can she use the ScanNCut with it? Well, I would think so because the baby lock reads PES files just like Brother.
Baby
Oh,
Lock, I mean, ScanNCut is a standalone product. You do not need a machine. I repeat, you do not need anything to work with ScanNCut. The advantage of ScanNCut over any other cutter in the marketplace is the fact that ScanNCut has its own scanner. It stands by itself. You don't have to even ever buy anything to go with ScanNCut if you don't want to. You can actually scan in and it will cut or draw what you scan in. It will emboss. It will do all. There are stamping kits. There's a foiling kit. There are so many other additional things you can do with ScanNCut besides simply cutting, but all of those things work by themselves. Now, if your question is whether or not you could use the ScanNCut directly uh, by saving a file for cutting from your Baby Lock machines, the ScanNCuts do read the PES file format. So if ScanNCut can read if you can save your designs in a PES format for it to cut, you can read that in the ScanNCut.
that's
Now, do
good
you
to know.
see
I
the
think
whole
we can
screen,
see.
Barbara?
Yeah, I think we can see Introduction to Canvas.
Oh, see, now you guys see what I see. So, see, you learn
I'll
something
teach
new
you
every
something if
day.
you teach me something. How about that? Teach us
Look,
something.
well, look, I'm like, they hired me for my looks. They didn't tell me I'd be smart. So, so anyway, this is what I was telling you guys initially. It gave me this pop up to let me know there's a new version, and it gives you all this information. You could tell it not to do that if you don't want to do it again, but this lets you know. So I keep this turned on so that I know, hey, there's a new update. I have mine to set to auto update, so it'll do it by itself, but you might want to know what's in that update. So this will let you know the different things that are there. But then here is where I was talking about the patterns. Oh my goodness. So like this one, I clicked on accidentally, is the Easter egg gift box. And this has in it the patterns, the designs, and it then says get recipe. Now, again, I clicked on that accidentally, but it's going to be on my workspace. I'll show you. But your PDF recipe is the direction. So anytime we say recipe, it has the directions to complete what you want. So if we go back to your projects, these are all free, guys. These are there for you to use. They don't cost you anything other than the supplies that you need to create it. But last month, do you guys remember we did the lampshade, and I told you that was one that was in the workspace. So here it is. And this has got the files to cut it with. Everything is there. You just download it and use it. Then you have the directions to tell you how to make it. But so many, I mean, this goes on. Oh gosh darn, I closed it. Oh, so see what happened? I closed it. I didn't want to close it. I'm gonna tell this new because that was that egg pattern one that we don't want. We have new. I'm gonna blow this up. It's a full screen. But let's get back to our patterns real quick. So when you click on this first icon up here at the top that looks like, you know, you get ready to play some cards, this has in it the patterns, and then its pattern collection. Those are the ones that are available for purchase. And then those, it'll also tell you the ones that you've bought because we sell collections of designs. So you don't have to always try to think of something or find something. Come look at the catalog and look at all the different pattern collections that are available, and you can download those and buy those. And then you'll have the entire collection of fun different ones, and it'll show you like this has all of these different patterns in here. How cute is this? Oh my God.
That's fresh.
Is that like the most adorable stuff in here? And just think you got the kids at home, they're doing school from home and stuff. How much fun would this stuff be for them to make all this kind of cool stuff? They can make cards to send to their teachers. They can make them into, you know, little gift things to go to their school friends that they can't be with. But this keeps them occupied and gives them something else to do besides sitting at that gaming station. This is something that they could do that's creative and that is fun and it teaches them. But then you also have Disney because, of course, we have Disney. I'm not going to do it right now because Disney, you have to go online to do it and to see it. But there are Disney designs. But these, again, are just all different ones that they're there for you to use. So, you know, please use them. Like I said, we spend a lot of money every year with people creating these. So please use them because we give them to you and we want you to use them. So I'm going to close it though. And now this is my start window. When it first opens in your workspace and it has shapes open, if you don't want that open, it's driving you crazy, just click on the shapes icon and it'll close it. So that's the shapes over here, those two. Now, when you install the Rhinestone Premium add-on kit, is going to add it into the shapes. So when you click on the shapes, you'll see this rhinestone pattern right here. And this gives you, here's your alphabet, upper and lower case. This is the one I'm telling you, please go ahead and cut them all out because that way you can spell out someone's name and just use the template. This is going to be where it's an individual letter versus if you use it in a name format. So whenever you click on one and select, so there it is, there's my L. And then if I want to go down to, you know, you want to type a name and you're going lowercase, you can come down and type the next one. See, it's going to add it right there on top. So you're going to have to move it over to spell it out the way you want it to go. So you want to spell it out and get it. And I'm not even spelling my name correctly. Let's learn how to spell Lewis. And let's go right here and we'll, oops, see, I selected too much. So just click off of it, get selected what you want. And again, it's a slow response time with these things. So it's kind of not responding right now for me to click it. There we go. And so there, now I can move that and I'll add the S. And then we have Lewis. Now, of course, you can, you know, line these all up correctly horizontally. You can select them. There are all kind of editing tools in here for you to use to do that with. Excuse me, for you to do that with. And let's select our S. I'm trying to get it selected. It's just being cantankerous the way technology can be. Oh, come on, guy. And so anyway, once you get it all the way you want it, you can then again tell it over here on your right-hand side. I'm over on the right-hand side of the screen. These are different tools. So then you have your properties, you have editing tools, they're adding crystals or rhinestone tools. You have your layering, which tells you each individual piece of something. And then the artboard, which is what tells it what size mat you're working with, all those kinds of things. So right now, if I come over to layering, it shows me that these are going to be out of rhinestones and they're SS10s. That's the size. So a SS10 is kind of the generic, general, average, medium-sized crystal. That's what these crystals, that were on the heart were, that's what those are, size crystals. That's just a regular kind of very popular, almost everywhere. Everybody uses those, and it's just a good generic size. But as you can see, it goes down and then it says rhinestone again, and then rhinestone again, and rhinestone in SS10s. That's because each one of these is a letter. So these are all grouped together. So this one, the rhinestone, you see highlighted the O, and it shows me that these are all the SS10s. They're a cut file. And then you could turn something on or off visibly so that if it's in your way or if it's not in your way, you could get rid of it. It won't take it off the workspace, but it will remove it visibly for you. Now, I have this one. Let's go back and we'll select that O, for example. And then if I right click on that, if I click on ungroup, because right now these are grouped together as a set of crystals. If I click on ungroup, now do you see that it has blue boxes? I'm going to increase my screen a little bit so you guys can see a little bit more. Let's go a little bit higher. And let's go 75% there. Okay, that's a little big, but we'll get to it. You'll see. Let's come up. And now, can you see that these are all individual crystals now? So that's what ungrouping does. And as I click on them here in the O, in the list, it shows me which one it is. Now, this is very helpful in case you wanted to get rid of one of those, or you wanted one to be a different size or something else, or you wanted it not to be in a different position or different location. That's the benefit of ungrouping, is it breaks it up so that you can treat each one as individuals. So you can see right here how it's jumped in the list over to the I, and then we come here, it's back to the O, and it doesn't say rhinestone anymore because it's not grouped.
Oh my goodness. Hey, Lewis, I got to say, I am loving this. So, just because we love you and we love everybody watching, we are going to extend this for even more education. But I wanted to go ahead and do one giveaway since it's at 4:30
Ooh.
now. Did you say that you had something?
Oh, well, I
No.
didn't really say. I asked had you said, and you
Oh,
said you hadn't said yet, so I didn't say. But you could say if you want to say.
oh.
And everybody's like, what are they talking about? Would you like to tell, or you want me to tell?
Why don't you tell?
Okay, well, one of the giveaways we're going to do today, I'm going to regroup these back together so that those are all together. So that's what I'm doing right now, just to tell you. One of the giveaways we're going to do today is the heart template with the vinyl cut and the crystal cut template that I created here in Workspace. But I created all those cut files. I'm gonna give that away to you guys. So somebody's going to win those files already cut and ready to go. All they have to do is cut it out. So, and that can just get emailed to you. So I guess we'll have to pick a lucky winner, I
Yeah.
guess, and they'll
Yeah.
get in the cut files.
Yeah, so go ahead and give us some emojis right now. And I'll pick a winner for that. But don't forget, at the end of this whole broadcast, we are going to be doing a $100 allbrands.com gift card. So don't forget
Ooh.
about that. All right, so let's see. Who's going to win? We got to wait for some to generate. Here we go. Oh, you know what?
What happened?
Okay, nothing. Nothing bad. Something good.
Hey, look, if staff is not qualified, okay? If you work
Congratulations,
for all
Gwen.
brands, you can't win.
So congrats, Gwen. You did win today. So go ahead and direct message allbrands.com and I'll get that that design sent over to you.
Oh, how neat. Congratulations.
So
You're going to get all three. There are multiple files with this because there's the inner heart, the outer heart, and then the cut file for the rhinestone, for the vinyl. So it's more than just one little file you're getting.
cool. All right. So we're going back to Canvas Workspace now. And
Okay. You
I
tell
guess
me when you could see me again.
here we go. How's that?
Okay, because
Looking good.
I can only see the workspace. So you guys can see me?
Now we can see you.
Okay, good. Well, right now I showed you how we grouped them and ungrouped them so that they could be individuals. This is grouped back together. Well, I can select all of these letters, and then when you select all of them, you have alignment tools. So you can come over here and simply tell it, how do you want them all to be aligned? I want them all to be aligned across the bottom evenly, so I don't have to try to line up stuff myself. You can tell it to align it all for you. Well, right now, when you come over and tell it, it's going to tell us what each of these are going to do. So this is in your editing tab, and it tells you the size and gives you the information, the proportions. You can mirror, you can do alignments, you can tell it if you have things that are laying on top of each other or side by side really close. How do you want those things to intersect with each other? There are all kinds of neat editing tools here. You also have the rhinestone. So this is when you want to tell something to become a rhinestone pattern, if it's not, or how you can edit it. The layers, again, this is how it shows you what each thing is and each little individual part. So that gives you all your information to everything that's going to go to your machine. And then again, your artboard, which tells it, okay, what mat are you using? What are your dimensions? Do you want a grid, the spacing? All of the kind of technical stuff is right there. Well,
So,
right now,
in other words, complete control, right?
you everything is at your fingertips, but it's easy. So don't be scared of this, guys. You don't have to be a computer whiz to do this. It's really easy. It's really kind of like etch a sketch or something like that. It's just like a coloring book, except it's on the computer, and it's really easy. And the thing to remember with computers is that things are going to happen, things are going to change, things are going to go maybe not the way you plan right that moment. Stop and take a breath. Just always take a breath. Just step up, take a breath, walk away, and come back, and then start fresh. Don't just keep sitting frustrating yourself, because it just makes it worse. Take a breath and walk away, come back, it'll be fine. Have some Jack, have a little margarita, have a glass of wine, a glass of water, juice, whatever is your, drug of choice. Water, juice, soda, and then, there, it'll be better. But on the left-hand side, do you guys see I'm in the rhinestones? These are the 100 patterns you get. So that heart that I showed you in the beginning, I'll pull it back up in a second, but that's a combination of this pattern and this pattern to create that one long heart piece. So you can use these in conjunction with each other. But these are already ready to use. All you do is click on it and send it to your machine, either through the USB. Right now, if I wanted this to go to the machine, I would come over and export it, and I would export it via the internet, because I'm on my Wi-Fi with my machine and my computer. So I could just send it over and it would be in my machine. But that's how easy it is to get started. All I did was select the letter. Select it. It's there. You just select it. That's it. That's all you got to do. So I want you guys to start by trying cutting out the alphabet so that you can create it. Now, the nice thing about cutting them individual letters is that you could make any name up. If I send this over to the computer right now, I'll get rid of the H. If I send this to my ScanNCut right now, this is a template. This is a design. I won't be able to break this up in the Canva in your ScanNCut. You can't separate this. So that's why I say to cut each letter and then spell each name each time on your project versus cutting a template, unless it's somebody, that is going to be around for a while. Like, your brother, your father, but your daughter's boyfriend who could change next week, don't type his name out, because he might be gone next week and then you wasted all that stuff. So use individual letters. Anyway, this is under the shapes tab, and it's under the rhinestones. Now the other tab that I have here is my letters, and these are words. And so your words, these are all ready for you to draw, to cut with. These are just written out fun kind of words. But I've taken these and I love these. And there's one in here, the XOXO is one of my favorites. And then you also have all kinds of different sayings in here. There's all kinds of fun, cute things, neat stuff. But these can also be turned into crystal templates. So when I take one of these, I can turn it into a template. So we'll just go and select one and pull it up, and let's make it into crystals. So we have fun with crystals. I'm going to get rid of this though for start new. So I'm just going to go new, and you can save this. Now, whenever you save in ScanNCut Canvas Workspace, if you save it, it saves it as a CWPRJ file, which is the file type that Workspace reads. It cannot be read anywhere else. So, and it won't save any other way. It only opens and it saves in Workspace in this, okay? So don't think that this is going to save this as a file you could go take to your embroidery machine like that. It doesn't work that way in Workspace. I'm just going to cancel. I don't need to save it. I'm just going to get rid of it, start new, and open this up. And I want this one to become crystals. So we're going to tell it don't save. Okay, don't save. And now we'll pull up a word. And when you pull it up, it automatically will get the word there for you. You can resize it and change anything you want to on it. In that respect, the size, the orientation, the rotation. But so far as it having to do anything with it, you don't have to do anything. It's really ready to go at this point. Again, this could be something great you could draw on your ScanNCut. I would take some of these, the ones that say, I think I showed you guys last time where there's brother, there's aunt, there's uncle, there's mother, there's all the different titles for your family members, dad. So I took each of these and I am drawing the name on fabric, and those are going to be blocks that are going to go into a quilt. But it's written, it's not embroidered, it's not stitched, it's not crystals. I'm putting the inks in my ScanNCut and let it draw the outline of this, and then it will have those on fabric, and those will go on the quilt. Well, right now we have fun open, and we want that to be crystal. So when we come over to the right-hand side, there's your rhinestone, and it says there's none right now because it's not a crystal template yet. It doesn't have anything but a cut file there. This is just a line to be either drawn or cut. So when you click on the drop down, it says, well, how do you want to fill it in with the crystals? What kind of way do you want crystals to be? Or the rhinestones, I'm sorry. So I call them crystals, guys. So when I say rhinestones, that's because to me, whenever you say rhinestone, I think about rhinestone cowboy. These are crystals. These are not rhinestones. But the generic term form is rhinestone. So don't get it twisted or confused. I call them crystals. They're rhinestones. It's the same thing. So here we go. Outline is the one I chose because I wanted to outline the name, outline those letters, I'm sorry, in crystals. Now you tell it what size crystal or rhinestone that you're working with up here. So these are the different sizes of the different rhinestones that are available. And you just pick the one that you want. And as you change the size and tell it and apply it, it'll change on the screen. So you'll see the different, it looks for the holes it's going to cut for the template. But you also have the other different ways of telling it to fill stuff in. So if you tell it grid, that's what it'll come out in a grid form, and so on. So you get to choose, so you can fill it in. It doesn't have to just be an outline. I like the outline because it gives it, there's a little more definition depending on the lettering type, the font type, and the way the letters are connected. You sometimes will get a little more definition. So I'm going to leave mine with the size 10. It's an outline, and you could also change the spacing. So you can tell it, oh, those crystals are all just rhinestones are way too close together or too far apart. And you could say, no, I don't want a 0.06. I want a 0.10 spacing. And then that's what it's going to be like at a 0.10. So you can tell it, you're in complete control of this, guys. And you tells you like, well, how many am I going to need? If you click on number down here, it tells you in a size 10, you need 173. And it's total because if there were multiples, it would give you the total. But what we have selected, it's the size 10. I need 173 of them. So a little bit more than a gross. So not too much. So and that depends on the spacing, depends on everything that you've told it here and the size. So that will change according to that. So again, at this point, if I want this to go over to my ScanNCut, all I would do is transfer the file over to get it there. Well, I'm going to show you how we're going to create something. If I wanted this, say, for example, to be a cut file, and maybe I wanted to do it in vinyl, and then I also wanted it to be crystals. Well, right now, it's found the outline of that, and as we come all the way down in our layers, it shows me all of the different shapes that it's got to cut, these circles, which are the crystal circles. But at the very bottom, you'll notice it said shape. Go down. Oh, here we go. I'm sorry. It jumped up to the top and I was looking for my little slider. Sorry, guys. I got lost. So there, when it says shape here, so shape here is actually the word, the letter behind it. When I'm doing the crystals, first thing, rhinestones, I'm going to tell, number one, I need to break this apart because I like to ungroup them so that I can do stuff with it. Not highlighted anymore, so that's why that's not selecting. So we got to make sure it's selected. Right click to get your pop-up menu, and we're going to ungroup it. And now the reason we're ungrouping this is because we see all the little dots, all the little individuals. Now notice what happened. Do you see the word fun, and then the crystals in fun? Well, the difference is that if you don't break this up, it will cut a straight line and then it'll cut the circles on top of that straight line. So we want to make sure it's broken up so that this would be a cut line or a draw line. These are the circle dots needed for the crystals. So I get rid of that shape because I don't want that to be cut as a part of the file. But if I'm using this to do vinyl like I did with the heart, then I would want both files because I would want a file to cut the vinyl, which will be this one. And then I would want a file to cut the rhinestone template. So that would be the circles here. So you could keep it, but you separate them. Otherwise, it will cut a straight line intersecting each of the little crystals and your template won't come out right. So you want to make sure to separate that out. So now that we have that separated, I'm not going to do, let's say I'm not going to do vinyl with this one. So I'll just delete it. I just click delete on my keyboard to get rid of it while it was highlighted and it's gone. So again, now at this point, if you want this to come to your ScanNCut, we're going to export the file. And so we'll export it via the internet. And it'll tell me that my machine, remember your ScanNCut has to be registered and it knows your machine number, which is in your machine settings, and you tell it okay, and it will then send the file over to the registered machine. And it says that registered machine because of each machine per account. No, that's one way. And this is using these lettering. So we saw the crystals, the letters that were just already rhinestones. We saw the words, the design template patterns that you got. Now see that happened and I don't want it. You don't have to delete, you also can undo. So you have undo up at the top, which is what I just clicked. That was an accident. And then you have the numbers, you have the words, you have the patterns, you had all of that. You also then had the words here that you can use to do all kinds of different cuts and types with that we turned into crystals. You have borders in here that you can use. Now, these are the borders that are in your ScanNCut. So this is really neat because if you had this like fun border and you had fun and you wanted this little border to go with it, you could take it and then say, oh, that's kind of fun with that one, and then come over and turn it into a crystal template pattern, a rhinestone pattern to go with it. So now I have a rhinestone pattern to go with that. Now, just while that's highlighted, the same thing is true. You need to come over to your layers and go to the very bottom and get that shape. You're going to ungroup because you don't want that to cut the straight line piece of that. So you just can scroll through and see. So this one just is it converted it all the way into crystals. You'll know because it will say shape. So you always know if it's a straight line behind it because it'll say shape.
We have a question from Carrie.
Sure.
She asks, do we always need to go to shapes for rhinestones?
Well, yes and no. If you're using the rhinestones that are the pre-designed ones that you get when you get the kit, such as the lettering, such as these patterns right here, then yes. But if you're creating your own, like say for example, let's just Okay, you guys saw what I did there. I turned it into crystals and I would send it to the machine. Everybody's got that, right? So that's just a pattern, a template. I'm going to go here. I'm going to tell it new. I'm not going to save this. And I'm just going to tell it that I want to do some font. So I'm going to tell it, no, actually, that I want to do a graphic. So I'm going to import an image. So over here is my image tracing. So your enhanced image tracing allows me to go and get a graphic file from the computer or from the ScanNCut. I happen to have these Japanese artwork that I love. That is just some pictures. That's all these are. These are, make sure if you're selling stuff, you always check your royalty-free stuff. This is royalty-free. These are some that are just generic that I have that I personally own. And so I bought this and I'm just opening it up. And so there it is. And it shows me if I wanted crystals around that, this is showing me that it's tracing the outside. But I also could say, no, don't. Once one of the updates to your ScanNCut workspace has been the enhanced image tracing. So we now have outer edge, area by color, and the enhanced image tracing. So this is going to let you finally adjust, or this will adjust, trace things by color, by the different colors. So you can see you get different effects based upon how you tell it to outline it. You also can tell it the number of colors it should see with something. The fewer the colors, sometimes the better the definition, but it varies and you have to play with that. So I'm going to get a preview so I could see what this is going to look like before I actually go to it. So this is telling me this is what it sees to use. So I'm like, okay with that, actually. I'm going to say okay. And so now that it's okay, there it is as a graphic. So this is the picture, but then on the right-hand side, you see I'm in layering. These are the different shapes that it sees. So when I select one of the shapes, it shows me over here in the actual workspace what that shape is. So now I accidentally dragged that, but it's great because you guys get to see that. See, there's the outline pattern, which is showing me. If I click on that, this is that piece right there. This is just the graphic image, so you have it. So this is also great if you wanted to do colors. So like here I have the yellow, there's a green, and there's a red. So if I wanted to do this in different colors, ScanNCut does not recognize the colors. It's not going to know that you're putting a different colored crystal here versus one here versus one here. It could care less. But you need to know that. So what you're going to do is change the color of each line of the crystal so that it will let you separate them into different templates to cut. And so when I say that, I'm going to select one little space so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So here's that little space, and I'm going to move it out so you can see it. So there's that space. We'll zoom in a little bit more. And this is again a tip. Now we're not going to get really into a lesson, but I have to give you a tip right here. Now, this is only going to, if I tell it this one, there's the node, and I come over to the rhinestones, nothing selected. Let's go select it again. Tab into, oops, sorry. Go back. Let me go to my layers and get that one selected again. Okay, and now when I come to my rhinestones, it says none. So I can tell it again, no, I need you to fill it in, what size the crystals, how much the spacing should be between them. I can change the pattern there and tell it the different angles. So if I tell it pattern number 5, look at how it changes. If I tell it cross lines of grid, this is really only helpful if it's something big. But if it's something this small, that's not really going to matter. But that would tell it how many lines across that you want it to fill in. But again, you can change and tell it to fill it in a different format. And each time you change the format it fills it in, then it's going to give you a different look. So you just kind of play with it. There's no right, there's no wrong. So this would be the crystal template area that would fit right inside here. So since that is going to be there and those are going to be yellow, I'm going to come over to my edit tab. My edit tab, and come back here and go over to your right hand side. I'm over here in the properties, and here it says line. I want to change that to a yellow color so that I know it's going to be a different color template. So does that yellow show up? Can you guys see that? So now I'm going to make each of those spaces yellow. So then I would cut each template for that. And then I would cut a separate template for the green outline and then the red part in here. So this red, that's red here, that will be a separate template. So that's how you do like a layering kind of thing where you can do multiple colors in one pattern together as you cut individual templates. So you're going to you could do them all together at one time. I have a tendency to save each one. So right now, this one I would name, um, whatever kind of shape this is this, I'm just going to call it flower top 1, and then flower top side, and then flower top bottom A, bottom B, flower left side. I would name each file so that if you need to edit something, they're not all together. It's easier to edit something if it's in a smaller group than if it's all together at one time. And then you could use that.
So, Lewis, we have about 5 minutes left before we have
Let
to
me hurry up and get this over to a
close that
ScanNCut so we
out.
can use the machine. So we're going to go over to a machine and cut something. So I am going to
Hey,
go
I'd love
over
to
to a
cut it
machine and cut.
up.
Thank you for giving me the heads up. So now what I'm going to do is to pull up something. So since it is Valentine's Day and you all are darlings and sweethearts, so I'm going to keep this quick, fast, simple, and easy.
I have to
Here are some
say, Lewis,
hearts.
we love you so much, and we hope you have an amazing Valentine's Day. From the Allbrands crew and everyone watching, happy early Valentine's Day.
Love to you guys all. I love you all so much. And thank you guys for letting me be a part of your family. And I love being a part. And thank you all for sharing this time with me, everybody that's on board. All I did was open up the shapes. I told it to be a heart. Here's my heart. It is got the line. So I'm going to select it. We need to go to the layering and come down and get rid of the straight part. Otherwise, it's going to cut that. We don't want it to cut that. So when we come down, we're going to ungroup this, and you right click to ungroup. And once it ungroups it, then we're going to come over and we're going to select only where it says shape, because see, there's that line, and we'll delete it. See, now it's only got the shape, the little circle shape. So we're going to send this over to ScanNCut and get that over to the machine really quick. It goes really fast. Oh, yes, okay. So see, it gave me that error. Why did I get an error? Because look, I'm outside of the cutting area. So I need to make sure I am within the cutting area. Nope, it redid that. We want to undo and undo. So undo back out, get rid of that line and get it back to where we were. Oh, redo. Now get our lines, our crystals, and get the heart line disappeared there. And now we're going to move this whole pattern over into the cutting mat area. So now when we get a little move signal, we can drag this over and get this there. And now we should be able to send it to the machine. Export, file, transfer. It's in the machine. Yay. So now we're going to come over to ScanNCut. So I'm going to flip back and stop sharing. I'm going to go back to my camera. And where are we? Here we are. There you guys are. And I'm going to switch my camera real quick so that I can come back over and show you just how quick, fast, and easy this is, because you're going to be amazed. Okay. So now, move our mat, and we're going to turn on our machine. I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see what I'm touching, hopefully. And you'll be able to see that a little bit. So it's really quite simple.
It's magic how you can save your design in Canvas Workspace and transfer it to your ScanNCut. So cool. So
There
that's
we go.
the SDX models of ScanNCut, the wireless transfer.
Yes, that wireless. Otherwise, if you have one of our other previous models, you're just going to save that to your USB. And you could transfer that. So you could save this in a USB and transfer it. So right now, we have this on retrieve data. So we need to retrieve data. And when we retrieve it, it's going to ask us where to get it from. We got it from the Wi-Fi. And it's going to have my heart. There's all the little dots. We're going to tap OK. And we are simply going to tell it to cut. So we're going to cut. And now it's going to process. We're going to load our mat. Now remember, I already have my blocky material on here. So we're going to simply load our mat and get this in. And
Yes,
we'll load it in.
material is just, it's kind of like a velvet is what it
is. It feels really velvety. It's very sexy actually.
it has a nice hard backing, but it has an adhesive backing on it, but I'm sure.
Yeah, that's what makes it stick to the mat. And so right now it's on cut. We want to make sure that half cut is off. I had half cut on before from vinyl. Turn that off. And you have your standard auto cut blade in. And we're simply going, I'm going to pause that because I told it to cut and it's telling it to cut. And I need to adjust the camera so you guys can see what I'm talking about. I told this to cut in the area. As I said, I told it to cut where it's already got stuff cut away. So we'll cut that and move it over.
Yeah, take your time, Lewis. We're loving this. And this is a very important part to learn.
I don't want you guys to, not get this. I want to let's move this over. And so I'm on line number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, I do count my line 6. So move it over to line 6. That's how easy that is to figure out on your screen and what's on your mat, where you're at. Now it's in the right position. So we'll tell it okay. Tell it okay. Tell it to cut again. And then we'll start cutting. Start.
Yeah. So it has a slider in it.
And I'm going to grab one of my templates. So remember the little hearts that I showed you before? And then you also had inside the word was love was another one. And I need to close this so I can see what you guys see. So we have love and we have the little hearts that have been put together, combined together. Remember that zigzag border I added under fun? This is that same border. I cut it once before already. And then another thing, like sometimes you want an overall crystal pattern. Like say I wanted just crystals all over this like this. You're just going to take a rectangle shape out of the shapes and tell it to fill it in with the grid. And it's just going to cut a bunch of random holes like this. Well, they're not random, but it'll cut the holes in the right positions and places. But this gives you an overall effect. So I have several of these in different sizes and in different widths of the border to be able to just iron crystals in just a rent to do a field kind of pattern somewhere. Well, I'm going to use love since it's coming up Valentine's Day, right? So I got to move all my little tools out of the way. The ScanNCut is busy going away, cutting. Can you guys hear it? Probably not because it's very quiet. And I already have some red crystals, rhinestones in here. These are crystals. These are some that I already have in here, and I'm going to just dump those. So when this finishes cutting, you're going to peel this away. So you'll peel this away, and all the little holes will stay on the mat. And that's when you peel it away and stick it onto the hardboard, which is that white board. So you'll stick it onto the hardboard. And once you stick it on the hardboard, you trim it. And then you end up with the template. So everyone always says, so now you got to fill in all of those little holes. I'm like, oh God, no, that defeats the purpose. You're going to take your little template that you cut. And I have a bunch of crystals stuck on here. And I have some of the rhinestone crystals. I'm just dumping them. And I'm going to turn my camera down so you guys can see better. Bring it in maybe a little closer if I can. And again, trying to get used to adjusting these things by myself. See, we're used to taping with camera crews and stuff, guys. So we have people that do this, and you don't have to do it yourself. But with the pandemic, of course, you're doing it yourself. So you got to know how to do all this stuff. So I'm sorry if I'm a little awkward with it. So there are the crystals. See, they're just dumped on top, right? So the brush that comes in your kit, you're going to take that brush and in a light, gentle, circular motion, I cannot stress this enough, light, gentle, circular motion. We do not do this when we are mad at our husband. We do not do this when we just somebody cut us off on the road. We don't do this when the kids got a bad report card. You do this when you're calm. A light, gentle, circular motion. You're going to brush away the excess crystals, and I'm brushing them in, and I'm going to just, like there, I just pumped it, so I need to put some more on top of it. And so I'll set that down and give me some more. And you know, you can get the crystals again from the rhinestones from Allbrands, and they come in all colors and sizes. They can get them for you. And so I'm going to set my template back in here. And you're just brushing in a circular motion, and it's filling in the holes. As it fills in the holes, you want the pretty side up. So one side has the glue on it, and that's the grayish color. And the other side has the pretty side of the crystal. And so you're going to let it fill in all the holes. And you're going to end up with some that haven't filled in. And that's okay, because we have special little tweezers that fill that in for you and pop those in. And you could just pick them up by hand if you want to. I just get as many of those filled in as possible, and then brush away the excess. If you hold your brush at a 45-degree angle when you're brushing across, it will brush away the extras, but it won't brush away the ones that are in the holes. So see, it's filling in my holes as I'm doing this. So I'm brushing away the excess now, and then get rid of those, and just brush away the extras. So again, I have some that haven't been filled in, but that's okay. You don't worry about that. You go ahead and get it as many filled as possible, and you want to set that down very carefully. You may end up with some that are upside down also. So if you have some that are upside down, again, we don't worry about those. You're going to be able to flip them really easy. So I'm going to just pull these other ones that I've knocked out of there off and get it nice workspace. You're going to end up with crystals everywhere, so do not go crazy over that, because it's going to happen. So you can take
not as bad as glitter, though.
It is. It's so pretty, right? It's pretty.
It's so pretty.
So where's my tool? So here's our little tools. So we also have this little guy that can pick up the crystals. Well, while I'm filling this in, I'm going to go ahead. It says finish cutting. I know you can't see that, but it says finish cutting. I'm just tapping OK and unloading the mat. So now it's cut a bunch of little holes for me in my heart shape. So I'm going to simply peel this away. When you peel this away, you want the holes to stay. They're supposed to. If they don't, then you need to test. So if you have been cutting fabric before or cutting vinyl and you went to this flocky material, you may want to test before you just actually cut. I knew that mine would work fine, so that's why I didn't test it. But you want the holes to stay down. So as you peel away and peel that down, ta-da, you have the heart holes. You're going to take your scissors and trim away and trim this down. And I trim close to the holes, okay? So here's all your holes. I trim close, so I'm going to come pretty close to these, because it means that you can use less of the backing board, but it also gives it less sticky. Because see, this stuff is sticky. See on that side, that's the gluey side. That's the velvety side. And see, it'll stick. But it means that you have less space to have stuff stuck. So here, we trim this away, get rid of that. And you're going to take your backer board, that's that white hard board, and you're going to then get the space that can fit. And this is another reason that you want to trim kind of close, because sometimes your backer board might just be exactly in a spot where you can use it if you trim closer. So this is going to fit perfect right here. I'm going to just stick it down and stick it. I have a little sticking over the side edge of the excess. That's okay. You just trim it away, get rid of it, and then cut your board. And since I just cut this one and it's fresh and new, I am going to use this one and just do it really quick to show you. This is a fresh cut one. This is how it works. When it cuts, this is start to finish. So you guys don't think that this is a trick or magic or something, but it is. but it's just really just this easy. I'm not making it up. It's just that easy. So I'm going to tell you, you guys are going to have so much fun using this that everything's going to be blinged. I have one friend, she said that if it sits still long enough in her house, it's got crystals on it. So you're going to use this a lot. For $59.99 on that special deal, oh my God, that is a wonderful price. And now, and not for nothing, those prices on the ScanNCuts, that's amazing, guys. I have to point that out because, ScanNCuts are like earrings. They look better in pairs. So it's okay if you have one. You could have more than one because one could be cutting applique fabric while one is cutting crystals. So you can have more than one. They don't take up a lot of space. It's okay to have more than one. Treat yourself. It's Valentine's Day. Here's
Yes.
gosh,
Hey, Lewis, we do have one question, and I don't know the
yes.
answer to that.
Okay.
Is that board in the kit that you're using to brush the rhinestones behind?
The box, this little box,
Yeah.
this thing.
Uh-huh.
No, this is. Remember, I said this is a little jewelry box.
Oh,
Something I got at a craft store.
got
That's something I had just, I just use it because it's manageable size. The box that the rhinestone kit comes in can serve as the same purpose. It's just a larger box, and then for
Yep.
camera, it's harder to use.
So let's bring up that slide again for the Rhinestone Starter Kit. That's what we've been
Before you go,
demonstrating
I want to
today.
show you real quick.
Oh, wait. Okay. Let's zoom
There
in on
is my
Lewis.
template with all my crystals. And you guys go ahead, bring that up. And while you're doing that, I'm going to get the film and pull this up. But I'll wait till you come back, okay? You
Okay.
guys go ahead, pull that up. I'll bring this and I'll just be sitting right here waiting for you.
Okay, so the Rhinestone Starter Kit is only $59.99, and it comes with all of the things that you need in the box to get started. So if we can bring up that slide, it has the flocking sheets in it that you cut into the black part, and it also has let's see, let me bring this up. Here we go. So it has 100 rhinestone patterns. It has the activation code to create your own designs. You get rhinestones in the box already, and you can purchase as many as you want extra from our website. And all of the template materials you need, it's only $59.99, and that works with any ScanNCut model. So if you're not a current ScanNCut user, we have two amazing deals. The SDX 225F that Lewis has is only $5.99. You can finance that for 6 months. And the 230D is only $7.99, and you can finance that as well for 6 months. Phenomenal deal, and don't miss out on that amazing
Wow, wow, wow. That is so amazing. Well, since we're running out of time, we're almost done. I'm going to show you the last step that you're going to do. So now all you want to do is make sure that all of your crystals are in the holes. They're all filled in. You don't have any extras. Then you're going to simply take some transfer film, cut it to size. You want the film to match the size of your board because the crystals will stick all the way around and drive you crazy. So I just got to get that out of the way. So make sure it's pretty close to size of your hardboard template. So I kind of lay it on top and just cut it to size. And that you just rough cut. And the really nice thing about this is do not throw this away after you iron it on. You can reuse this. You reuse this until it's no longer sticky.
Don't
There's
throw it
not a
away.
rhyme or reason. You don't know how many times that is, but that'll happen. So you see, I just ripped it away. This is the backing, setting this over to the side. When you do this, you simply lay it down. Do not hesitate. If you're working on rugs or carpet, the crystals, your fingers can get static, and this can get static. If the film gets static and you hold it, your crystals will spring up to this and you'll lose your pattern. So try to do it on one of those transfer mats or wood floors or whatever. But if you have rugs or carpets, be mindful of static because it will distort your pattern as you're trying to stick it. So you lay it down and you just don't even think about it. And now I'm just finger pressing this. If this were a big filled in pattern, I would use my brayer and I would roll it to make sure the crystals are on the film good. You want the crystals to stick to the film. And now we gently peel this away. The crystals are supposed to come up. You want them to come up and come onto the film. And then peel this away. And I'm going to put it on the white backing again so you can see it easier. There is my iron-on crystal template that I just went from start to finish. I went from canvas to transferring it to the ScanNCut, cutting out the template, putting the crystals in it, and now this is an iron-on transfer. But how cute is this for your kids? Valentine's Day, you know, I guess kids at school now, I don't know since they're not at school. But you know what? They can send them to their friends in the mail. I mean, how cute is that? Just a little heart saying, I love you. You can add words in here. You can add all kinds of things. And you can even go in and add a different color ring of another heart and another color ring of another heart. But there's so many options and so much fun you can have with this. But it's so fast, so simple, and so easy. And I just wanted to share with you just how quick, fast, simple, and easy it is.
I
Now
love
that's
that.
the
Lewis,
last thing
I
I'll point
love
out
it.
is that, okay, I'm sorry. The last thing I'll point out real quick, the straight line that was underneath these little circle hearts that we took out, that is what you would use if you wanted to cut the vinyl. So you would still keep it, but you could use the vinyl with it. And I'm sorry, Barbara, go ahead. You were saying.
Oh, I was just oogling at the beautiful design. So, Lewis, thank you so much for showing us that today. And I want to thank everyone for sticking through to the end. Oh my goodness, we have a big giveaway. So I will be picking a winner very shortly. But Lewis, so we had a question. Is there any way that they can follow you or
Oh,
any?
if you could. Oh, thank you guys for asking. Right now it's set up with one of my other companies. However, if you go to Louis Carney, LOUISCARNEY, louiscarney.com, there's my website. And if you click on newsletter, when you open it up, one of the companies I have does mask. And it's going to show you beautiful mask. That does not mean you're going to get newsletter about mask. It will put you on the newsletter for the upcoming events, upcoming classes, because I will be having links to some of the classes. Like right now, I did get into a lot of detail. So we went really over, and thank you guys for hanging in. I do appreciate that. I know we went over, but I try to share a lot of information, as you can see. I don't just try to give you a little, here, take this, iron it on, and call it a day. I try to give you something you could use. So I do go over, and I apologize for that, but thank you for staying and hanging out with us. But if you register at louiscarney.com for the newsletter, it will send you out the e-newsletter when it comes out for the new classes, and those will be like things that we explore today. There'll be in-depth lessons and in-depth things that are going to be starting happening on that coming up in March.
Yeah.
So yes.
Thank you, Lewis. And we're going to be having Lewis again in March. And I believe we're going to be talking about the NQ3600D, but I think that we
Yes.
can also do something with ScanNCut in that too. So maybe applique and cutting on fabric and then
How
bringing.
cool is that? Because the
Let's do that.
3600D is an embroidery machine, and
Yes.
we can save that, and we can work in conjunction with our embroidery machines and our ScanNCut.
And
So
our
it's a really
fabric mat,
cool.
the new fabric mat for cutting fabric, which is so exciting.
And the
So
auto thin fabric auto blade, the new mat. So there is a new mat, new blade. We have a ton of new accessories, and Barbara and the staff are wonderful there. So you guys have a great resource. Please take advantage of them because they are so knowledgeable. They're so helpful. They're willing to help you out, guys, out with anything. I love working with them. But you know, I want you guys to do all of this kind of cool stuff and have fun.
we love you
Look.
so much love for you. And guys, don't
Oh.
forget to register to win. We will announce the winner of our sewing machine giveaway on Valentine's Day. So the link for that is in the description below. And also don't forget to register for the free downloads that I just showed you here. The little hearts that we have, those are free downloadable designs courtesy of allbrands.com. And we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube. Please follow us both places and on Instagram. But our allbrands.com sew forum community is on Facebook, and we just love to see your projects there. So continue to join and post your projects there. So I promised a giveaway, Lewis. So
Ooh.
yes, this is not one but two. So if you haven't already, be sure to like, comment, and share or subscribe, and we'll pick a winner on Tuesday to win that. So
Nice.
our winner today for the $100 allbrands.com e-gift card is Donna Miertzwa. I hope I didn't butcher that. Congratulations. Yay.
Congratulations, Donna. How wonderful. Shop, shop, shop till you drop. You got money there. Can get your rhinestone kit and still have some left over.
Yes, sirree. So Donna, email events@allbrands.com with your name, email address, and phone number, and I'll get that sent over to you digitally. And congratulations there. So is that it? Is that all we have
Very,
today?
very, very happy. This has been
Until
so great. Thank you guys.
you're wonderful. And
I
so
had
is
so much
everyone
fun.
that's watching. Let's just say
Yes.
bye to a few folks that are watching. Um,
Yes, I see
Sandra,
Karen is there, Sandra. I see Renee, and I see Liz, Sherry, Debbie, Nancy, and Barbara. All of you guys. I see Ann and Marilyn, Bonnie. You guys are there. Brenda, Deborah, Cheryl, Josie, Marion. Oh my God, it's so many of you guys. Thank you so much for watching.
I'm
We really,
feeling the
really love
love.
you guys.
And I want to just send love to everyone. So, mwah, we love you. We
Yeah, the
love you. We
world
love
needs
you.
now, right? The song says world needs now. That's all we need is love and sweet love.
I
So
will have
yes.
that song in my head from the rest of the night. Thanks, Lou.
Well,
All
thank you
right,
guys. And if
everyone.
you have, and you know what, if you do have any questions or anything like that, you also can at my website just send me a little note if you do have a question. Okay, I'll try to answer it. But any technical stuff that you have with brother number one, I'll point out again. Also, don't forget when you need help with anything, my very dear friend Cindy Hogan has written the playbook for your scan and cut. I'm sorry, I'm not gotta look at the
And
camera.
Lewis, guess what? That's available for online sale now. So I will go
You
ahead and
guys
put
get to
that
get
link.
this. If you want to learn your machine inside out, get the playbook. This will teach you so much about your machine. It tells you about all different projects, all different sections of the machine. There are tips, there are tricks, there are suggestions, there are how-tos. And for things that need more explanation, or better explained visually, inside your book, you get a credit card. It's not really a credit card. It is, believe it or not, a USB. So this will pop out and you get to put this in, and there are videos on this. So you can watch a video about something. But if you feel like you need to understand something more or better, or you're at home at 2 in the morning, I'm sure Barbara and her staff are like, don't call me, and I'm going to tell you already, don't call me. But you can go to your playbook and also visit our website. We have videos, we have tutorials, we have information. You can always email brother. We also have a call and support number. So we give you tons of support besides having a great store like Allbrands to work with, to be able to help you as much as you need to understand these different techniques. There are literally thousands of YouTube videos, and then some of them are authorized by us. We prefer you watch those because we know those are the ones that work. However, there have been people all over the world that have been doing all kind of fun and cool and neat stuff. So visit YouTube. So you have a lot of support there. So just utilize that and use the recipes. Go use those patterns. They're free. Use them, use them, use them.
We're getting a lot of folks that say that they already own the playbook and they love it. And guess what? It's in stock on allbrands.com and it's only $149.99 with free shipping in the continental USA. And if you're outside of Louisiana or Texas, our website does not charge sales tax upon checkout. So
See how neat is that? See, so you even save there. And yes, the book is a book, and you're like, oh my god, $150 for a book. It's because of the videos, guys. These videos cost a fortune to make, but they're to help you, and we felt it was invaluable. These same books, these same books, they're like $700 or $800 for other things. So that's a real good deal, and it's
yeah.
going to help you. That's what's most important. Is what is the support worth to you? Do you really want to learn your product? We want you to use it. We don't want it sitting there. It's not a doorstop. It's not decorative. You're supposed to use your ScanNCut.
Yeah. And the suggested price on that is $180. So $149.99 is a really good deal right now for that.
So Valentine's special. Wow. You're
I
just
love it.
spreading all the love.
Oh my gosh. I wish I could just give you a hug right now.
Oh, I wish I could. I need a hug right now. I do. It's
Always
been a
great to
rough
have
week,
you.
but I do appreciate you guys so much, and thank you for having me. I hope this was informative. I hope that you guys got to get a little taste of this Canvas workspace, as well as see how as simple this is in the machine. Once you get the Rhinestone kit, cut the alphabet, cut out some of the templates that are already ready to go. Just send it to your machine and cut them. Practice, practice, practice.
Yeah. All right. We love y'all so much. Mwah, mwah, mwah. And y'all have a wonderful, wonderful evening. And
Love
we'll
to
see
you
you
all.
later.
Larry's there, Brenda there, Mary, all you guys, Princess, everybody. Thank you guys for tuning in. And if I missed anybody, it's not intentionally. We love you. Happy Valentine's Day. Stay warm if you're in a cold place. Stay dry if you're in a wet place. And otherwise, stay safe no matter where you are.
All right. Well, we'll see y'all later.
Thank you.